Dare you engage the might of Infinite Wingwang? Dare you?
I dare.
That's all you had to say to that?
Yeah. First 30 seconds in, and we already pretty much said wang on the internet.
Penis.
That's a new freaking record. How's it going, people? We're back.
Hi! I've been stuck inside for a week! And it was my birthday a couple of days ago. Which my birthday this year sucked because of, well, we can't really say the name on the show because we got flagged last time.
Okay, you say your birthday sucked. I worked on my birthday.
I would have loved to have worked!
Dude, literally, I bought my own damn self a cake. There was no party. And again, you say it sucks. We had to cancel my grandma's birthday party, so...
Yeah. Because all the timing and everything that's been going on, and we can't even mention why people are losing their minds, because that gets us noticed on YouTube, and not in the good way. We can't say there's a specific, there's specific, words for, well, we'll refer to it as what Nash Bozard refers to from What the Fuck Is Wrong With You, as the human malware.
Or better yet...
Because it's pretty much, that's what it is.
Or better yet, watch the news, read your internet, and stop freaking the fuck out, people.
Yeah, you could probably, if you've watched the last episode, you know what we're talking about. Your application is not up to date. Yeah, I'm updating Avast because I've been locked inside, slowly going insane. And if you guess from the, I'm like, yes, Avast, I know. And when you guessed with the intro, I've been playing one game for the past week. And I'm surprised at this point how well I'm doing. Because I've been playing Kenshi.
Okay, so here's the funny part. I'm playing Xbox. Because our head bosses are so freaked the fuck out. Guess what we have to do? We have to stay in our trucks the whole entire fucking time. So
Social distancing!
So mind you, I'm in a fucking tiny ass fucking Ranger. A Ford fucking Ranger. Cooped up. Uncomfortable when I could be in like a damn Transit that I normally drive, freaking laying in the back sleep.
Did you also I believe you said you've done a specific thing.
Oh yeah, I masturbated. Not at work though. I masturbated in the house. I've done that like 4 times already. Still never get bored. It was funny. Johnny Boy was like, "Oh my god, I tried masturbating, but I would have chafing. It's called lotion and Vaseline."
Well, you know, I've already nutted so much.
No, you haven't.
I have a backlog.
No, you haven't. You haven't nutted unless your dick starts hurting.
No, I have a backlog of videos to go through. That's what I was referring to.
Look, no, you haven't. No, you have a backlog of pretty much nutting you haven't gone through. Again, you haven't truly nutted and truly been alive unless your dick starts fucking hurting. And you almost start getting blood.
Why would I want to do that?
To relieve the stress of actually going insane. Either that, or pretty much social distance yourself by fucking a girl.
Steam updated too.
It's like, either that, or social distance yourself by pretty much fucking a girl, man. There's no greater activity than pretty much just...
You must torment me about that, huh?
Yeah,
because
I'm
you get some and I don't.
I'm damn well tormenting you about that.
So let's go back to what we were discussing. Oh, the title of the video. Our glorious Infinite Wingwang. I've been playing Kenshi, and I'm proud to say I'm like 100 in-game days in, and none of my faction has died.
But they have lost a crap. They have literally.
Oh my god! No one has died because I saved Scum, but I've saved Scum to keep everyone fucking alive.
Here's the funny part. He called me and said that everyone has lost their left arm.
No, not a left arm. What would happen is like that. My faction members have not gotten through unscathed. My very first character was the first of the casualties to lose a limb. In fact, it was the first three members that lost a limb. It was all the same limb. It was the left leg. And I'm just thinking, what is it with this game lobbing off my left leg? And then the next time I lost 2 limbs at once. One dude lost an arm, and one chick lost her right leg.
Again, if I lose a damn arm, I want a damn robotic replacement.
Well, that's what you can do.
Oh, sweet justice! I would love. It's like,
but specifically for yours, I would. If your character lost an arm, I would get a specific. The robotic limb I would get would be one that benefits strength as well as smithing. Because the dude I made, because I made Jeff, or I made my co-host in there as one of my members of my faction, and he's the weaponsmith. He makes the stuff I get to kill people with.
Again, that's slightly my passion that I like to do, but again, I like to start killing shit as well. There's a faction of this shit. I like to kill shit as well, dude.
But I get to do...
But I do know for a fact he made me a burly black guy.
So, for those of you who don't know, Kenshi is this, like, RPG that's on Steam that is, like, balls hard, and the premise is...
So it's like Dark Souls. On the most insane difficulty ever.
Well, the premise is it's a post-apocalyptic world...
Oh, so it's like...
yes. Well, kinda. And, you're not special. The world fucking hates you.
I'm beginning, it's like literally...
I'm waiting for my nose medicine to kick in so I can stop sniffling.
Hold on, it's like, come on. This sounds familiar. Oh yeah, it's the beginning plot of Naruto. You're hated for some shit you didn't even fucking do. He has killed a lot of us. He wasn't even born yet. He's a demon in disguise.
You say that, but there are Naruto references in Kenshi.
I bet there is.
First and foremost, what your dude is wearing on his head, because when you see him, you won't see his long white hair because for some reason you like to make black dudes with long white hair.
Don't judge me, motherfucker. Don't judge me. Again, I make half my characters half Asian, half black. Again, black part on the bottom, Asian part on top. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. So yes, I don't do the, yeah. Again, the background of it is he was born from a black dad or a black mother. Asian father. That's how I create my characters when they're all black and all that shit. With white hair, again. It's like, again, my character might have siblings and all that, but again... Unless those siblings need a massive D-like situation, some vitamin D, they do turn out to be a bitch.
But what's your character's wearing on his head? One of the armors, because I'm like, even though, like, by the name it suggests it has a lot of Japanese-sounding or Japanese-style weapons and armor and shit. And one of the things is the Hachigane, which is basically a plated headband or a plated bandana. See where I'm going with this?
I would have took a harpoon. Yes, the thing that the second Hokage wears. Shit.
Well, that's not an option.
I know, that sucks.
The Hachigane is basically a plated headband, except that this one, the one in the game, is the plate is a bit bigger than what you would see on the headbands of Naruto. And the bandana part, it's not like just wraps around your head. It's like a do-rag.
It's like a bandana, so it is pretty much like what, yeah, it's kind of like what one Naruto character wears. It's a damn headband. Yeah, you got some that do wear a hairband now, or do.
Yep.
So. Again, I'm just looking at my card, waiting for my damn tax return to come in. Because I'm hungry.
Plus, apparently, there's been doing the economic stimulus thing or whatever.
Just call it what it is. It's a fucking curfew.
No. The government's sending you money because people not being able to work.
When the fuck did that supposed to come in? Cause seriously.
I don't know. Mom said something. My mom told me something about it, and she says my check's probably going to go to her for reasons I do not wish to dive into.
That's going to suck for you because you won't have no money.
Well, she said she promised she would send it to me, but there's there's reasons I do not wish to discuss online because those are private. Let's just say that a lot of my most important mail goes to members of my family too, because I've been the easiest way is I've had mail stolen from me before. And certain places will not deliver to a P.O. box.
Damn thieving bastards.
Yep.
We're talking.
Dude, I've had ram sticks stolen out of the mailbox.
Again, if I get a check and my neighbor steals that shit, I'm burning down the neighborhood. I will literally burn down the neighborhood. Motherfucker, who the fuck stole my shit? Oh shit.
I'm not restarting now if asked. I'll do that later. Because I'm downloading shit. And plus, I also have to do some work on your computer later anyway.
The fuck you gotta do with my computer?
I'm going to set you up with a game.
Again, if we can try to
I'm going to be setting you up with one of the Elder Scrolls games that are free for download.
Either Morrowind or some shit. I played it.
Daggerfall.
I played that too.
Where the entire game that is entitled or that's based in the areas or is from the province where all the Red Guards come from.
I had played Daggerfall. Couldn't get into it that much.
But so back to Kenshi. There are 4 different races you can play as in this. We have the
Can I guess them?
What?
Human, elf, orc, and dwarven.
Yes, no.
Well, shit, at least I got one. I got 1 out of 4.
That's 25%. That's a fail, dude. Considering that the 60% is required for a passing grade, that's a fail.
Well, shit.
Well, we have the humans,
Obviously.
which have 2 subcategories: the Greenlanders, which are normal humans, and the Scorchlanders, which are basically the Fremen from Dune, because they have glowing eyes and shit, and except their skin is very, very dark, or almost black.
You mean African black?
Yes, African black, and yet their eyes are glow in the freaking dark, and because they grew up in places that's bombarded with solar rays and shit.
Remember, children, radiation doesn't kill you. It's stronger.
Then there's the next race, the first of the 3 non-human races, the Shek, which are basically this game's equivalent of the Klingons. They're a warrior race that fights for honor and basically are a bunch of berserkers. Or the closest thing you would think of would be orcs, except they have horns and shit and bone plates all over their body.
These are the bones of our slaughter. Our fallen
and then
enemies.
most of the ones in the kingdom wield gigantic cleavers. they wield buster swords. They are barbarians.
That's the only weapon you should fucking wield. Is a giant fuck-off sword.
Now, there's specific weapons that are good for specific situations, as well as specific against specific enemies. Pole arms are good for hunting animals, which is something you probably would want to invest strength and skill into because of some of the animals that are in this game, such as the beak things. which will eat, which that's what they're called. They're called beak things. There's these giant, like, turtle brachiosaurus looking things that have really sharp beaks, and they go and hunt people and eat them alive.
Again, this is sounding almost something out of Avatar. It's like, I'm talking about Avatar, the movie, and the last Airbender. Like, seriously.
Basically, these things are there to they murder and then they eat things alive.
Just like the dinosaurs.
Which, funnily enough, my first Shek recruit is now strong enough to where she could one-on-one a beak thing and take almost no damage. And these things can rip off body parts, and she just parries with her spear. And is like, "Hey, get that shit, knock it off with that gay shit." I'm not gonna be suicidal and send her into a nest of them because that's dead.
That's how you choose real strength, damn it. If she comes out a badass, then she's a badass. She comes out dead, she's a weak bitch.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm not stupid.
That's a philosophy we should all live by. Go into a bear's nest. It's like go into.
But I can easily one-on-one them, and that's like in this game, that's an impressive feat because of how stacked against the game is against you.
Just like Dead Soul. It's like just like Dark Souls.
Except for death is permanent. That character is gone forever, which is why I save scum, because I don't want anyone to die. Yeah. I like my faction too much. I'm like, you can lose limbs. I'm like, as crappy as that is, I'm more okay with that. But
again, Attack on Titan 2, death is permanent as well when you get eaten by a fucking Titan. And these things eat humans, like, literally, so...
yeah, I'm like, they're pretty much, that's what those are, I'm like, that's what those things do. Or, like, they eat people. And, back to the races. We just talked about the Shek. The next are the Hive. They are the bug people. That don't have feet. Their feet are their legs end in like chitinous peg leg stump things that they run on.
Just imagine that shit coming out.
And they're classified into 3 subcategories: the workers, the soldiers, and the princes. And each one is good at different things. I don't know what makes the princes so special. The only difference between the 3 of them is the way their heads are shaped. And for those who played Kenshi, they probably are already aware of my favorite Hive character, that you can recruit. His name is Beep, because he says beep a lot. And he also makes a good ninja. Speaking of which, I found out, which is funny, if you raise your stealth skill high enough, you could move quickly while sneaking, and running while sneaking is the Naruto run.
Except I already do the ninja assassination.
Assassination is a skill in this game, yes.
Again,
it's not for killing, though, for some strange reason. It's for while stealth, it's for knocking people out so you can capture them and kidnap them I think the skill is mainly for bringing in bounties.
Oh my god, this is bullshit.
In heavily dangerous areas.
Okay.
So you don't have to have the entire city sicked on you when you're going after their leader to claim the bounty on them and get a fuck ton of money.
Again?
Because the thing is, you want to keep, when it comes to bounty hunting, you want them alive. Because if they're dead, you don't get paid.
That's some bullshit.
No, they're wanted alive.
Again, here's the other bullshit part.
Also, the Hive, or reason why they're called the Hive, is because initially they're the hive mind.
So
in long groups, or large groups, they lack individuality. And those who are actually see as individuals are shunned. And of a good reason that most hivers that are individuals are also suicidal. And I'm just thinking, this is ridiculous. They're the fucking Borg. But they're one of the skills that know how to... They're one of the races that know how to build robotics. They know how to build robots.
So it's kind of...
What were you about to say when I interrupted you? But I wanted to finish that thought.
That's some bullshit, because again, half the time when they say wanted dead or alive.
No. In Kenshi, if it's a bounty, they're wanted alive.
That's some bullshit.
And usually the big targets are wanted alive just so they can be tortured.
Again.
Kenshi is not kind.
Again.
I'm like, in fact, my faction is the only one that would be like the kindest out of everyone because I take pity on people. If they're still when bandits raid, if a few of them are still alive and they're heavily crippled, I'm like, okay, I take pity on you.
Bullshit!
I'm not gonna leave you out here to die. I'm taking your equipment!
Again, that's some bullshit because, again, when bandits raid on an innocent village, I don't show mercy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much deaf to all...
No.
It's like I'm pretty much deaf to all you sons of bitches part.
Yeah, pretty much. I've been, I have a few factions that downright hate me.
Of course they do.
Because they tried to raid my outpost, and instead of giving in to their demands, I immediately attacked them as soon as they try to raid me. These black dragon ninjas want to steal my food? Yeah, I know. Oh, you're coming in to take my food? Yeah, no. I have numbers on my side, and plus I hire, I have mercenaries that I hire too. Fuck off! All we have to eat out here are dried meat and cactus sandwiches. Fuck you.
Go ahead, continue. I'm busy killing some shit right now.
All right. Oh, and the final race.
How's it going?
Are the skeletons.
Okay, I'm listening now.
Now, when I say skeleton, what do you think would come to mind in this post-apocalyptic world?
Walking skeletons.
You would be wrong.
Really? Skeletons
are actually robots.
What the
They're just called that because they're skeletal. They look like walking metal skeletons.
Are we sure they're not like called mobile suits?
No, they're human sized.
So the appropriate thing
they are basically self-aware robots.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it be called like exosuit and all that shit? Then
no,
it's like this game's confusing.
They are legitimate. They are robots that are self-aware and have individuality. They are a race. But they also tend to go insane, and when they lose their minds, they end up resetting themselves because they don't die, they don't die from age.
Really?
Because they're robots.
So I'm gonna ask the funny ass question: how do they mate?
They build more.
That's some bullshit.
Because they're robots.
Again,
of course.
I was kind of hoping you said like literally there'd be like a freaking mechanical dildo out of nowhere. Just to say.
Oh, you want me to show you that one clip that I saw years ago about the sex life of robots?
Where are you with the sex life of robots?
And they say crazy stuff. I'm like, I remember what that was used to be like, but then I forgot. They're just, I'm like, and I have one of them in particular that is like, I'm good for nothing. He's basically Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Because he's uberly depressed.
Wouldn't you be depressed too, knowing that you can't do nothing?
No, he claims he can't do nothing. In reality, he's just really disappointed because he's been alive for so long and he's just lazy.
Oh, sounds just like everybody else.
Though I did learn the hard way, going into their native lands is not the best choice without proper protection.
Why is that?
Constant acid rain.
Oh. That sounds fucking awesome.
And humans in Shek burn under acid rain. The Hive find it pleasant.
Of course, this is...
And just the skeletons just don't give a fuck.
Again, this is like pretty much like a great ass like thing for them. I don't know, I'm just drawing straws here.
Also, I learned the hard way. Also, there are specific regions you don't want to enter.
Why is that?
I learned very early on, don't go into there's a specific desert, I don't remember what it's called, but it has giant death beams that rain down from the sky.
Oh, that sounds fucking badass.
And incinerate people when they hit. So good luck good luck building an outpost there, fucker, because nothing's gonna survive that.
I actually want to go to this place now. It sounds like...
Then, or also the area with the Ashlands, I think it was, where it's constant acid rain, there's also lightning strikes. But that's easier to get around because at least shelter protects you. Though, I also learned now, I need to carry more than 2 camp beds in case my squad gets fucked up, because healing takes a while. And if a limb is crippled, they can't really use it.
Woo! Almost hit me. Continue this. I'm totally listening. I'm just trying to keep ass right here.
But I'm trying to avoid losing any more limbs.
Why not? Look, losing limbs.
And in the end, which is probably not going to work. So in the meantime, I am stockpiling spare robotic limbs that I find everywhere, good ones, just so I can use them, because even though the Hive can make replacement robotic limbs, they basically are...
Shit.
They are referred to as the economical arms and legs, because they're made out of other parts. Like, their legs are basically peg legs, robotic peg legs.
Interesting.
Because they don't have feet. They just end in like the end of a crutch, and it's actually made out of a skeleton's arm. And as well as the thing that where your stump's supposed to go in is made out of a grog can with padding. Basically, the can that you drink booze out of, it's cut in half, and they just stuff some padding in there. Just like, okay, there your stump goes in that. And their hands are like claws, not actual hands.
So, these robotic limbs are just bullshit, right?
They're there specifically as the cheap alternative, because if you lose a leg, you have to crawl everywhere. And that's so you can at least walk and run.
Wow.
Yeah, the game is very mean.
Excuse me real quick, will I get some guns out?
Oh yeah, you're playing a game.
Yes,
I wish guns were an actual weapon in there.
It is!
No, in Kenshi.
Well,
No, they have robots and stuff, but no actual firearms.
Of course.
No, like, the only ranged weapons are crossbows. All of them are crossbows.
Just like Skyrim.
And yet there's robots, but you can't figure out gunpowder.
Well, do we really need to figure out gunpowder? When we got giant robots?
No, they're not. Well, there are giant robots, but
the only question is, can we pilot them?
No.
Son of a bitch.
Every single robot in that game is basically AI.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Or pre-programmed. It's nothing you can. I'm like, dude, they don't give you the option to do that, because it kind of. I'm like, it would kind of defeat the. Or I'm like, it would kind of make the game easier if you had, like, they don't even have vehicles.
We don't either. We have horses.
You have to walk everywhere. You can get robotic limbs that make you walk better and run faster. But...
Oh, crap baskets. I forgot.
You forgot what?
Damn Colossus.
Oh, you're playing an Attack on Titan game. But that's what I've been playing for the past week. Because of social isolation. And what have you been doing?
Masturbating at home. Since I've been off and kind of just fucking around. Mostly masturbating.
How is your dick not bloody yet?
Because of the fact I use lotion, motherfucker.
Well, then how are you not shooting dust?
Because of the fact I stopped.
You told me, like, well, you could be masturbating right now when I said I was like, I'm bored being cooped up inside. And I'm like, my response is, I don't want to, I'm like, I don't want to rub the skin off my dick.
You want to see something interesting? Watch what I'm about to do. Gatling guns. I'm going heavy arms on this asshole. Yes.
The people can't see what you're playing.
Again, it's called...
They just see the title card.
Again, get Attack on Titan 2, people. This game is addicting. I'm about to go Gundam heavy arms on this son of a bitch. I'm going Gundam heavy arms on this son of a bitch.
I lost interest in Attack on Titan once it jumped the shark, or the manga jumped the shark by telling you it was actually in the Aaron's father's basement. And I'm like, okay, this got dumb.
Indeed it did, but yeah, I don't watch it, so...
Spoilers! Oh, it's a photograph with a note saying, this was made by a thing called a camera, which is technology that exists outside the walls, and there are people outside the walls.
Which is funny as hell, knowing that Titans used to be humans.
They're basically flesh golems.
Yeah, pretty much. They just got turned into savages. I'm going to kill this son of a bitch. Kill it now. Totally kill it. So yeah, I'm literally just at home half the time since I don't work for like a few days anyway, and just, yeah.
Yeah. I don't like the fact that there's been no work whatsoever. Well, most places have been shut down. And I went to my bank today to fill out an application because I'm looking for a new job, or I'm looking for a job, and they're like, we put a hiring freeze out right now because of the human malware, and we're we're limiting the amount of staff people in there, and all we're really doing is just doing teller interactions. And if you have something else that needs to be done, well, you can't really do it.
It's kind of interesting because we're the same way, except my bank, you wait in a long ass line for like almost hours.
And they say they want you to do the rest of the stuff over the phone, but then there's the long wait times because everyone has to do it over the phone because, well, we're not allowed to go anywhere. There are curfews out here!
Yep. There's curfews everywhere.
Which blows my mind!
Because of the fact there's a high-ass case and all that shit now, so you can kind of think that bullshit.
It's just, my brain. My brain hurts. It's just, I'm like, I miss back when, we could interact with people and talk and go to public places.
You see, this is what happens when you filthy motherfuckers don't wash your damn hands after you wipe your ass. This is what happens. Wash your damn hands.
And yet, people are getting the human malware allegedly around here. Everyone's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Of course they do.
And I'm like, and I miss it. I miss the time where, we could do stuff.
I know, I haven't been, it's like, literally, I haven't been bowling.
My birthday sucked this year!
Yeah,
because there was nothing to do!
Which is funny as hell, because you can't even get Chinese.
I'm like, I want my Chinese, damn it! I want my American-style Chinese food. Because I know it's not actual Chinese food. Because people are going to say, oh, it's not American Chinese food at buffets. That's not actual Chinese food. I don't care! I want my chicken teriyaki! I want my sushi! I want my egg rolls! And we can't do that!
Let him go, you sons of bitches!
I want to... My brain... I just want things to go back to normal.
Don't we all?
And apparently the extension is, or I don't know if it's true or not because I haven't heard any, or I haven't done research into it myself, but allegedly, because of the human malware, they're extending everything being shut down until like May.
No, April 30th in some cases.
Still, that's a month! A month and a half of no work!
For some people.
Unless you work at a place that's deemed absolutely necessary.
Our case, we are deemed absolutely necessary because we're out of part delivery.
And my place does not. It's not deemed necessary. Which I feel bad for my friend Calvin because he can't even open up his barbershop. So he's not getting paid.
Yeah.
And he has kids.
We all have, it's like, look, some all have kids. Again, there's like families out here, dude.
I'm like, kids don't get to have school, kids don't get to go to school.
No, here's the funny part. No, parents are going to become AA anonymous. Their kids are driving them crazy. Suck on these Gatling guns. I'm going heavy arms on this asshole. Going completely bonkers with guns.
DACA.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I need to check my email.
You can suck on these guns, bitch. Yeah, you want to tag me, motherfucker? Because I'm black.
And I had to cancel. An appointment with my counselor because of the human malware. They're only doing phone sessions now until the threat is gone.
Which will probably take a while.
And I'm like, yeah, no.
That's right. Follow the leader. I know y'all want me. I'm sexy and I know it.
I'm like, I'd rather interact with people. I can't stand phone meetings and stuff like that. I'm the kind of guy that prefers actual, human interaction.
Don't we all?
And instead, we're getting to the point where we're just becoming the humans from WALL-E. We're all isolated in our own little pods. We don't even talk to each other.
No, they do talk to each other.
No, not directly.
Yeah, through a phone and all that shit. How's it going, you Umrit bastard? I've been meaning to kill your ass for a long ass time.
Wow, Ultra Mobile, you couldn't even spell my fucking name right.
My job's the same way, except they can't spell my last name right. I've been meaning to kill this son of a bitch now. I've been meaning to kill this son of a bitch. Finally. No one's gonna stop me. I'm killing this son of a bitch. I'm about to ducker your ass, motherfucker.
I'm repeating myself. I'm like, I just want everything to go back to normal.
We all do.
I just want people to actually, not be crazy and stupid and easily spooked.
You do realize this is America, right? The first minute someone actually does something on the news or the news actually writes upon it, then people will lose every sense of sanity. And pretty much don't know. Like, oh my god, this. My mom was freaking out, dude.
That's complete opposite to my mom. My mom thinks this is all bullshit. It's like, no, fuck this shit. I want to work, damn it. This is dumb.
Suck on these.
I want to work and go to the liquor store.
Not liquor.
She wants to get drunk.
That's why your mom's awesome.
But and we're like, we can't even go to like most stores now.
Nope, Albanese is like you have to call and all that shit to
You gotta place orders. Oh! I had to do something today that I've never done before. At Burger King.
What's that?
Since the dining room is closed because of the social distancing thing.
Go to the drive-thru?
Yeah, but I don't have a car. And they said the other option is, use our mobile app or,
Hub and all that shit?
Yeah, or basically the mobile options, which you've already seen the episode where right now I have a flip phone.
You poor bastard.
So that's not working for me. So I had to knock, and they were like, well, we're closed. And I'm like, I want to order something, but I don't have, go through the drive-thru. I don't have a car. It's called a walk-up order. And then I go through the drive-thru. And I walk up to the speaker, and then they yell at me. I'm like, oh, you're just supposed to go to the window. You're not supposed to go to the speaker. I'm like, well, you told me to go to the drive-thru. After standing there for like 5 minutes, I'm like, hey, hello, I want a latte, please. Shut up and take my card because I don't have any physical cash on me right now.
It's called shut up and take my money. I'm about to do the most badass thing in history. Watch this shit.
We can't watch.
Okay, no, you can watch it though.
But no one else can.
Play the damn game, people. You're stuck inside. Go play the game.
I know this is POV, but your actual character... I saw your character's hands, but the hands were the wrong color.
That's the sad part.
They're racist. They don't like the Negroes.
The fuck did you just say?
They don't like the Negros. You know, the Japanese, or the Japanese, the Spanish for black.
This is the only way I want to go down. It's like swinging.
Go out like a Saiyan?
Yes! Like, look at this. Let's go, motherfuckers. Sword about to come at your ass.
I'm gonna hack you up. I'm gonna go down. If I'm going down, I'm going down swinging.
Pretty much. That's the Saiyan way to go down. If I'm going down fucking swinging.
My shoe came untied.
Again, that just tells
Oh, by the way, I have to mention this. Remember that roll of toilet paper you gave me?
It's already gone?
No! I haven't even gone through half of it yet. And how long did you give me that roll? How long ago was that?
I don't know, fucking 3 or 4 weeks ago. That is the mega roll, but again, This should tell you something, people. If he hasn't even gone through like one freaking toilet paper I've given him,
because I stole because I took some from the college while they were still open. Because everyone kept losing their minds, and you saw the title of the last episode. That's why.
Which is very interesting to tell, knowing that we haven't lost our minds yet. My mom is panicking. I'm the one that's saying, "Calm the fuck down." But literally, literally, I don't give a shit about this virus. This virus, I'm not saying the word. I'm just saying virus. This virus can go.
No, I'm like.
This virus can suck my left.
I'm like the human malware can suck your left nut. We can't even call it the actual word.
Look, I'm not even saying nothing. It's like I'm not even saying nothing but virus. Just virus. That's it.
Which could mean anything.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're talking about the cold, people.
Exactly.
Which I hate having seasonal allergies. Yeah, Mom's suffering because she can't even get her allergy shot because, well...
They close everything down.
No, not that. It's because it would weaken your immune system, and the human malware would take advantage of that. It's basically just disabling your firewall. Or... pretty much. I have to use computer terms.
So again, it's just very interesting. And if you run out of toilet paper, here's what you do. You barter with your neighbor with a 6-pack of beer. Or use newspaper. Or you use a holy shirt.
Or you could do what Adam did when he was in the Navy. When they had no toilet paper for 3 weeks. Because of the government shutdown. That happened back then.
The fuck did they use?
They can only poop twice a day, and immediately they had to be hosed off in the showers with salt water. So basically they had to shower it off, and they can only do it twice a day. So they had to basically shit on a schedule.
Couldn't do it.
Not the way my butt is. I can't do that.
Nope.
Not the way my butt gets sometimes, where it's like, I have to keep pooping. Why can't I stop pooping?
Again, in my case.
Which I saw at the place that, or like at the one car parts dealership thing right at the corner, right by my house. They have a sign on their wall or on their door that says, "Due to the human malware, you are only allowed one square to wipe with, and yes, we are watching you as you poop."
In my case, I can't freaking do it. So.
Well, that place is now closed down because, well, orders.
But again. Ain't everything closed down because of orders?
Yep. And if it's not closed down, they're very limiting. Van Tills has plastic shields up now. I saw that on my birthday. Okay. And I'm just thinking, were people really sneezing on other people?
Yes, they fucking were. People were coughing. This is a society where we have people that do this. They use the damn bathroom, take a massive shit, and walk out.
I've seen that.
We all seen it. This is why you filthy motherfuckers need to wash your ass. And wipe your hands wash your hands.
Basically, when you go take a shit, you wash your hands. When you touch your dick, wash your hands. We discussed this. Don't be stupid. Don't sneeze on people. Don't cough on people. When you use the bathroom, wash your hands. When you touch your dick, wash your hands.
That means when you that means when you actually freaking wipe your ass and you have shit stains on your hand. Don't fucking come up to me and say, "What's up, bro? How's it going? I haven't seen you in a while." Motherfucker, get your nasty ass away from me.
We don't want the doo-doo.
The fuck is wrong with you? Like, the fuck is wrong with you, motherfucker? Eh? I don't want none of your brown ass hands.
You smell like shit. I play you that clip of Chantel the Foodie Beauty when she was talking about vomiting while shitting herself while wearing a G-string and having it go everywhere at someone's house after she spent the night there because she was brought over there for a threesome and they ended up just going to sleep because they were grossed out by the fact that she's like 600 pounds.
I would slightly be grossed out too.
No, we just wanted to go to sleep, and the next morning, she basically is wearing a G-string while puking, starts shitting herself, and it goes in multiple directions and just leaves the mess in the bathroom and just walks out and just leaves. Doesn't even bother trying. Well, she says she tried cleaning it up with like a sock, but they didn't have toilet paper. It is the funniest thing I have ever listened to.
That is oddly disturbing.
Which we need to get Josh from Kiwi Farms on the show one day, just so I can because I follow his stuff, so I know more than you. I want him to describe some of the shit that he discusses on his podcast as well as on his forum to you. Just to see how you would react.
Again, not a lot of shit kind of like fizz me. We should know this by now.
Wait till you hear some of the stories wait till you hear the stories of some of these crazy lolcows out there. We've talked a little bit about Gurgle, the big fazoozle, which I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if Jason's still dealing with shit on that, but it got a little too uncomfortable for me because it started to turn into my sister Chelsea. And I just said her name on the show. Oh, fuck it, whatever. She's in prison right now.
That'd be funny as hell. She coming out it's like something to make you go to prison, bitch.
That's the reason why I didn't get to see her over Christmas. She was on the run for the law for heroin possession.
I think you already told us this.
I didn't say it on the show. Well, you only got a first name. You know, I'm not doxing anything. You don't know my last name. You don't know her last name because it's different from mine. And most people won't be able to spell her name properly anyway because of the way it's spelled. And since she's in prison, it's public record because she's been arrested before. It's public record, so I'm not technically doxing anybody. You can look this up if you really care.
Or it's better yet, if you have a rap sheet, you know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah. It's public record. I got some notifications. I just opened up Discord.
All I do know is I'm hungry and I kind of wish Johnny Boy would buy me some fucking food right now.
I don't have any money specifically for this.
You broke bastard.
Because there's been no work!
It's called whoring yourself out on the corner.
That gets you arrested.
In the shady alley?
Yes! Prostitution's only legal in Nevada! Okay, I just jumped into the cesspit, and the very first picture I saw... It's all the new meaning to the term fleshlight. I can't show it!
Wow.
Hey, Jeff! Do you like chicken?
That's turkey. Get it right.
small to be a turkey, dude. I needed that. Jeff went upstairs. Is like, okay, I need to process that for a minute. I'm just looking through some of this stuff right now. God damn it, Adam! I can't show that either! Oh, God! I'll read it! Better yet! I want Jeff to read. Jeff, get your ass back down here! Get your black ass back down here! What is he doing up there? Come on, we gotta finish the show! Read the name. Adam posted this. I don't know if it was posted within the last week because I've been offline for a week. By what's that name? Because I'm not that race. Read that name out loud because you are that race and you can say it.
Let's see. Big cock nigga.
And what's this tweet say? Read it aloud, Jeff. I need a black man to read this in the ghettoest ass voices you can.
I'm just saying. Dolphins got better pussy than human. It's like than human pussy. Looking nasty dolphin pussy cute, and I suck on a dolphin pussy. What?
This was on Twitter!
Like,
is this how mermaids is made? Damn, Flipper got a fine ass.
what? The hell?
This is the sass pit! I needed that! I needed that. We only got a couple minutes left. And he went back upstairs. We got a couple minutes left, and I gotta think of some final thoughts. My brain is broke. My brain is broke. My brain is broke. Oh, thanks. God damn it, Red Fox. That was from last Tuesday. That was my birthday. Superstrider must be happy about Indiana not extending the stay-at-home order, though they really should, apparently. And something going on in gaming. Hippity hoppity, get off my property. I'm just going through Discord now. And I'm done. I'm done. I'm done, Jeff. You have any final thoughts?
I had to do some thinking upstairs. And my only question is, how the fuck can a black dick fit in there?
I've heard the description of why people would fuck dolphins, because apparently they have, like, hentai vaginas. But, I never actually thought, well, it's a cesspit. Of course that would be posted in there.
I'm sorry to say, but I don't want my dick smelling like fish, so I would damn well fuck a human girl.
You're saying you wouldn't stick it in the blowhole?
Again, hold on real quick. Dolphins have multiple blowholes. So, which one are we talking about? Stick it in the blowhole, I'm real. So
I saw a hentai like that once.
I got a good question that I'm guessing that everyone else has a question. You know the dolphin's gonna die out of water, right? So how the fuck do you plan on doing this unless you got a scuba? Never mind, I just answered my own question. You plan on snorkeling naked. Johnny boy, would you ever stick it in a dolphin pussy?
No.
Would you ever stick it in raw chicken?
No. I think back to the previous picture, which we didn't describe. Hey Jeff, you like chicken?
Adam, you got a lot of free time. Bro.
Well, everyone's been cooped up inside because of work from home.
Again, I'm kind of questioning how the hell he was able to get a dolphin home, though.
No, that wasn't from him. He just screenshotted someone else's Twitter. Because that wasn't Adam's Twitter.
Person that actually does that, this is what happens when you don't have a girlfriend. Women, this is what happens when you're...
No, the reason why men would fuck dolphins is because they were sailors back out in the sea back in the day.
Again, and there was a lot of seamen.
We're done! We're ending on dolphin pussy! Bye! You got anything to say to that? Oh, he's going in the bathroom to masturbate. Okay, we're good. Bye.